Welcome to the Innovation World Young Collaborators podcast series. I'm your host, Jiya Nagpal. I'm a 14-year-old high school sophomore from India and the team manager and design engineer of Kynexis Racing, a team competing in STEM Racing India national finals. Today's episode is a little special because instead of interviewing someone new, I'm joined with my own teammates. Over the past year, we've worked together on everything from designing our race car to finding sponsors, creating our brand, and preparing for the national finals. So today, we thought we'd take you behind the scenes and talk about what the journey has really been like. This is the making of Kynexis Racing. Join with me today are Samriddhi, Abir, and Avnika. I'm going to have you guys introduce yourselves and then we'll go on with the conversation.
I'm Simriddhi. I'm a 14-year-old student from India and I'm the graphic designer of Kynexis Racing.
Hi everybody, I'm Abir Garwal and I'm the resource manager and the racer of the team.
Hi everybody, I am Avnika Gupta and I'm the social media and marketing head of the team.
All right, thank you so much. And now let's jump straight in. I want to start with the question that everyone asks us. What actually is STEM racing?
I feel like the easier way to I feel like the easiest way to explain it is that it's just a lot more than racing. That's usually the first thing people think of, but the competition is just so much bigger than that.
Yeah, the race car is obviously a huge part of it, but every team basically operates like a small company. Everyone has different responsibilities like engineering, branding, marketing, sponsorship, finance, project management, and there's so much happening behind the scenes that people don't usually see.
Yeah, and that's actually what surprised all of us, I think, when we first started. We thought it mainly be a designing contest where we're supposed to design the fastest race car or just have like race with the fastest race car. But I feel like all of us very, very quickly realized that it's more about solving problems, managing projects, finding sponsors, working as a team, and really taking on a real engineering project, which gives us a lot of experience when we go in engineering high level if we decide to take it. And it really, again, teaches us a lot about teamworks. So, talking about teams, I think this is the perfect time to introduce ours. For anyone who hasn't heard of us before, we're Kynexis Racing. And one question that we get very, very often is where our name actually came from. So, I'm going to have Abir introduce the name.
So Kynexis Racing, our name actually has a really big meaning behind it. Kynexis, combining the word kinetic, which represent movement and energy, and nexus, it means connection, which we connected to the start and the end point of a race, and how everything had to connect from the team to work.
When we were choosing a name, I remember we thought of so many names and we really wanted something that reflected our team, how we wanted to approach the competition.
Yeah, we're four high school students from completely different backgrounds, but STEM racing gave us the opportunity to bring our different skills together and how our different roles and how we're good at to bring together to make a really good team. And over the past season that we are participating in, we didn't just build a race car, we built a team, and that's where Nexus from the Kynexis comes in. And speaking of where it all started, let's go back to the beginning. So none of us really knew what STEM racing was, and we were the first from our schools to participate in this competition. So I'm curious what all of you thought what STEM racing actually was, and what was your first reaction when you actually heard about it, and when the team of STEM racing came to tell us about it in our school. And Avnika, since you joined us after regionals and joined our team in the nationals, what did you actually expect the competition to be?
Honestly, because I joined after the regionals, I already knew that the team had been qualified for national finals. So I thought everything would be pretty organized. But when I joined, there was still so much happening. There was sponsor meetings, portfolios, social media planning. I realized really quickly that there was something to do always.
Yeah, I don't think there's ever been a week or
Not
maybe even a day that we've had nothing to do. And one week we're going to meet people for sponsors, and the other we're just working on our merch, our car, track testing. And one of our most important weeks, next week, the week before nationals, we're probably just gonna be really, really exhausted after the competition.
It sounds so exciting.
Yeah, every time we finish one thing, three more things add up to our list.
Yeah, that's so true. But if we go back to the very, very beginning, I think all of us had a very different idea of what STEM racing was going to be. So, Samriddhi, what was your experience?
Honestly, I thought it was going to be really simple. Like, all we had to do was design a car, race it, and that's it. That would just be the competition. But I had no idea we'd be creating portfolios, designing branding, or presenting to the judges.
Same here. I remember looking through the rule book for the first time and thinking, there's no way we're expected to do all this stuff.
And like Sam and Abhi mentioned, I think the engineering side was what attracted us the most and what we thought would be the most work. But designing a race car, it sounded really exciting because we had heard of these big words called CFD and CAD, and we'd really not known what they meant. But how we actually, when we actually got into it, we realized how much work it went. Uh, to do every single part and do every single decision, like the material, the design, the platforms we were going to use. So let's talk about what people most associate STEM racing with. Because when people see the final car, it looks like one finished product, but they don't see everything that happened before that.
I think every time we thought we finished the design, we'd find something else we wanted to improve. Looking back to our very first concept compared to the final car, they're completely different, and every iteration taught us something. Some changes were quite noticeable, like redesigning the front wing or changing the overall body shape, while others were really small. But even the small changes could make a difference. We didn't just change things because they look better. We wanted every design decision to have a reason behind it.
I've observed that people don't always realize that engineering, it's not just about getting it perfect for the first time. It is also about testing ideas, seeing what works, learning from what doesn't, and then improve the design. The cycle repeats itself throughout the season.
Yeah, I remember while looking back to our design portfolio, I realized how many iterations we did and how many changes we did and how much better our new car is than one of our first designs. And I feel like the biggest tools that helped us with that was CFD, or computational fluid dynamics, which helped us test the aerodynamics of the car and actually made us actually helped us analyze which iteration would perform better rather than just guessing which design would perform better. And I feel like that helped us a lot for making decisions, and that really, really affected the way we approach the design process.
It also meant we weren't making changes randomly, but if we changed something, we'd compare it with the previous design, look at results, and decide whether it was actually an improvement or not.
Yeah. And then once we were happy with the design digitally, there was still another stage, manufacturing. Seeing the car go from a CAD model on a screen to an actual physical car was probably one of my favorite moments of the whole season.
It's funny because you have the physical car in your hands and then you immediately notice things that you couldn't see on the computer. Then it's back to sanding, refining, checking the finish, and making sure that every detail is ready before the race day.
Yeah, there's really never a point where we say, oh, this is perfect. Because even when today we came back from the track testing, we realized that we could improve so many things in our car that we still have a week. So we're gonna improve that. Even if it's like a really small one, it really, really affects our race time and our competition. And now that this engineering part was sorted, well, not really sorted, but understood, there was another part of the competition, which was branding, merch, and sponsorships, and just everything that's not the race. Um, and one thing that people don't always realize is that STEM racing isn't about engineering, like we said before. It's more about that everyone gets involved to do what they're good at. Like we have somebody here who's the graphics designer, we have Abir who's managing our resources, and Afnika who's just maintaining our profile digitally on social media. And it's just so important for everyone to work together. So, what do you guys think makes a team very successful?
Yeah, so according to me, the biggest factor to achieve our goals during the F1 was surely the teamwork between all the members. Every member, of course, had a different responsibility, and if even one area falls behind, it affects the entire team.
I agree. There are so many moving parts. While some people are focused on technical development, others are working on presentations, branding, and making sure everything is ready for judging.
Exactly. A lot of people don't realize that STEM racing combines engineering with business, marketing, design, and communication. It's not just about building a fast car, it's about presenting a complete team. The competition really pushes you to think beyond the technical side.
Yeah, that's so true. And it also teaches us problem solving. Things don't always go according to our plans, and we have to adapt to the situation at the point. And we also have to manage our own time and work together to overcome each challenge.
Plus, first impression matters. Whether it's a pit display, a portfolio, or even social media, everything contributes to how your team is perceived.
And that's where collaboration becomes so important. A strong team identity isn't built by one person, it's the result of everyone's ideas and efforts coming together.
It is like different departments, different goals, and everyone has to stay put. And when all those departments work together, there's when we realize we stand out. I did say that what makes STEM racing so special is that it gives students experience in so many different fields while teaching them how to work as a team.
Yeah, so I totally agree with what everyone just said. So, looking back at the past year, what's one thing you all are so proud of, or one lesson you really will take away?
According to me, seeing the race car move from the CAD models to an actual physical build was the biggest highlight. But honestly, watching how everyone's work overlapped was what actually made it happen. Sponsorship meant nothing if the design wasn't ready, and the build couldn't move forward without the funding.
A big thank you to all our sponsorships and collaborators. BBIT Kolkata, Dronacharya College of Engineering, JTEC, RKGIT Ghaziabad, Illuma, Sponsify, JCBL, Eventech, Home Studio, and SDGI Global University. This could not have been possible without you guys. Another big thank you to our collaborator, Mr. Amar Tanvir, who helped us with the graphic designing of the pit display, the merch, the portfolio, and even the designing of the car. Last but not the least, Julie ma'am and Innovation World for serving as our media partner for this competition. Thank you for helping us by publishing our article in the Innovation Insider for this podcast and for collaborating with us for the interactive on the pit display.
Right.
And managing that timeline under pressure taught us a lot about resilience, according to me. That's what we got our Chair of Judges Award for during the regionals. But most importantly, more than that, I feel like just relying on our teammates, relying on each other. Like I know I can give you guys work, and I know it'll be completed by when I tell you to complete it. And when there were some times that the parts didn't fit together, or just when the deadlines really tightened, we could just stay in our own lanes, like do what we need to do, and we would get a way to get the check to get us back on track. This is me not trying to use F1 vocabulary.
For sure.
Okay.
That hit us on the branding side too. Coordinating sponsor placements across the car, uniforms, pit display, and digital media wasn't just a design job. It meant constantly checking in with engineering to make sure decal informations didn't interfere with the car's aerodynamics or compliance.
Right. And when we were balancing those guidelines with competition regulations, Amnika and I were constantly cross referencing rules together. Every placement had strict dimension limits, so pitch strategy and visual design had to go hand in hand.
That constant back and forth showed us that execution relies on the team alignment. My biggest takeaway is that small details from graphic alignment to uniform proportions only work when everybody is on the same page about the same final vision.
It made pitching it made pitching so much easier too.
Standing in front of external partners wasn't just about reading off a script, it was about presenting a project we all built together. And we could really see that shift from when we first joined that competition to now, 1 week before the competition. So, what do you think that changed most during those live sponsor meetings that we conducted in different malls, markets, and in different showrooms like Emirates, Chromebook?
We stopped treating it like separate sections and started speaking as one unit. When potential sponsors asked tricky technical or financial questions on the spot, anyone could step in because we all understood the overall strategy. Real confidence just came from trusting each other's work.
Yeah, I actually can't believe it, but we're heading to national finals. I could not thank you guys more for working with me. It's been a very fulfilling experience. And I really would like to thank our mentors from Stemplify, Sanjeev sir, Shubham sir, Sahil sir, and everybody else, and our mentor from school, Satish sir, for all the help that they've ever given us for this competition. If someone actually told us that we'd be here, if someone told us that at the start of the session, I don't think any of us would have believed it.
Yeah.
So, how's everyone feeling for the national finals next week?
Honestly, excited, but also a little nervous. We spent so many months working together. And now that it's finally here, I just cannot wait to see all the other teams and everything they've been working on.
Same. I think I'm most looking forward to meeting people who share the same interests as us. We have seen everyone work online, but seeing it all in person is going to make me really excited.
For real. And for me, it's just the whole experience. Nationals isn't just about the competition, it's about meeting new people, learning from other teams, and making memories together and having fun. It's so exciting.
Oh, wait, because you said having fun, do you want to say our team motto together?
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay,
Yeah.
with the count of three. One, two, three. You
You
can't beat
can't beat
someone who's
someone
having
who's
fun.
having fun.
Okay, I'll repeat that. It's you can't beat someone who's having fun, and that's what we thought of when we were going to regionals. Really did not think we were gonna get the chair of judges award and actually go to nationals. So that worked out, and you really cannot beat someone who's having fun. Okay, so what a good note to end on, everyone. And unfortunately, we have to say goodbye. We could not thank our media partner, Innovation World, and Julie ma'am more. And go check out our article on the Innovation World magazine, The Innovation Insider. And guys, I really know our listening audience has really enjoyed learning about our work and journey. So thank you for being here. If you want to reach out to Kynexis Racing for support or collaboration, you can reach out to us on Instagram, LinkedIn, or through our email. We'll link it down in the podcast below. Learn more about this program and others by visiting innovationworld.org. Thank you for being with the Innovation World Young Collaborators podcast series. You've been listening to the Making of Kynexis Racing. See you at the end of the track. Until next time, this is Jiya signing off.